The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. While some people were speaking about how the temple was adorned with costly stones and votive offerings, Jesus said, "All that you see here, the days will come where there will not be left a stone upon another stone that will not be thrown down." Then they asked him, "Teacher, when will this happen? And what sign will there be when all these things are about to happen?" He answered, "See that you not be deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, 'I am he,' and the time has come. Do not follow them. When you hear of wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for such things must happen first, but it will not immediately be the end." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be powerful earthquakes, famines, and plagues from place to place, and awesome sights and mighty signs will come from the sky. Before all this happens, however, they will seize and persecute you. They will hand you over to the synagogues and to prisons, and they will have you led before kings and governors because of my name. It will lead to your giving testimony. Remember, you are not to prepare your defense beforehand, for I myself shall give you a wisdom in speaking that all your adversaries will be powerless to resist or refute. You will even be handed over by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will put some of you to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but not a hair on your head will be destroyed. By your perseverance, you will secure your lives." The Gospel of the Lord. Did Jesus just give us one message? Or did he just give us two? On the one hand, he says, listen, when you see all sorts of stuff going on, bad stuff, don't panic. Don't have a meltdown. You're going to have all kinds of people trying to get all kinds of riled up, but that doesn't necessarily mean a thing. But then he goes on right after that and says, get ready. Hey, wake up. And he describes some very bad things being brought before rulers and governors. What is the message he's trying to get through to us? Well, in some ways, it goes back to that old adage I'm sure many of you have heard, that the Lord came to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. And there are those Catholics who are afflicted with all sorts of real problems, with their families, with their finances, with their health, and so on. And he wants us to be at peace. We pray that at every Mass. In fact, some Catholics who don't really have big crosses can act like they do. There are some jittery Catholics out there. My goodness, they have more drama than a Broadway show. And the Lord wants to say, will you calm down? But on the other hand, and I think for the majority of Catholics, there's an opposite challenge, that we can become complacent, we can become numb, and even if things are very, very bad, we just don't seem to notice. And the Lord is trying to wake us up and shake us up. But listen to what happens. We often follow this story only as long as it has lots of earthquakes and thunder and all that. But did you hear how the Lord concludes this apocalyptic gospel? He says, when all this stuff is happening, what do I want you to do? I want you to testify. He says here very explicitly, I want you to stand up and give witness to your faith. And this is so important for all of us to realize, that when the going gets rough, we must stand and give witness. And he says this because many Catholics are chicken, and no chickens will enter the kingdom of heaven. You've got to have the guts to stand up for your faith. And today, these are dark times, difficult times. And the need today is for Catholics to stand up and to say, I am Catholic. And if you don't like it, well, boo-hoo-hoo. So many Catholics, so many Catholic parishes are filled with snowflakes that just melt. Ooh, please, please, we hope you like us. We hope you accept us. Nonsense. Look around. We live in an age that needs Catholics to stand up and testify, to say, I am not ashamed of my faith in the Lord. I am not ashamed of following Christ. And sometimes people say, oh, no, Father, I can't do that. That's not my style. Forget about style. Some people say, I can't do that, Father, because there's some things I don't really like about the Catholic Church. Well, congratulations. There's some things I don't like about you. This is not a matter of preference, of feelings, of little snowflakes. Are you going to stand up and testify to your faith? Because you're going to get run over otherwise. And you might think you're clever, including the young people here. You might think you're clever and you're finding a kind of a middle way. Oh, I'm not exactly going to abandon the faith, but I'm not going to be some crazy zealot either. I'm going to find some middle position between the world, the flesh, and the devil over here, and my faith over there. Good luck. I'm going to put one leg on the dock and one leg on the boat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Go ahead and try it. Jesus Christ says, when the times are rough, it is time to stand up and to testify. And even if it means trouble with your friends, even if it means a rough Thanksgiving dinner around your family's table, stand up. These are days that call for testifying. Not that you're perfect, not that the church is filled with perfect people, but do you believe in the truth? Will you stand for something? I have said to many Catholics, if you can't stand with the Catholic Church, go find something you can stand with. But we don't need Catholic chickens. We need Catholics who will say to everyone, friend and foe, I believe in Jesus Christ. Because on the great day of judgment, that day, the only one you have to worry about is the one standing right in front of you. And he will not ask, were you nice to people? He will not say, were you balanced? He will say, were you faithful to me? And on that judgment day, may every one of us, including the young ones here, may you be able to say to the Lord, I wasn't perfect. I wasn't all that perhaps I could have been. But I did not betray you, my Lord. I did not abandon you. I stood for you. I stood for my Lord and my God.